I grabbed these Cricut aluminum sheets at Michael's along with two actually of these boards. These boards were very affordable and this was actually on sale and they fit together. So I've got a project in mind to use Cricut aluminum sheets with a frame. So let's get started. Alright, so I set my frame to the side for now, and the first thing you're going to want to do is grab your aluminum sheet out of the packaging and your infusible ink. While I'm opening the infusible ink, I want to talk about the aluminum sheet a little bit. It actually has protective paper on both sides, so you're going to want to remove that. However, it does not matter which side you decide you want to use. And I let my kiddo pick out the infusible ink that we're going to use today. And he picked this Patterns Windbreaker. It's Cricut Infusible Ink. And he wants the piece that's red and blue in here, which is this top piece. It's going to be snazzy. I'm excited. And then we're going to need two pieces of butcher paper, which also comes inside of the infusible ink. And then it came with this cloth, so that's to clean this off. I'm going to set this up here for a second and this to the side. We need this. So what we need to do here is we need to cut out, you could have your machine cut it. I personally think it's just as easy to cut myself. So I'm just going to set my metal on here close to where I'm at. I want it to be a little bit over. Sometimes infusible ink may be a little bit different in different areas, so you might want to check that. This sheet's pretty close to the same, so it's going to be just fine. And I'm just going to slice out a square or square-ish. And then we want to use tape, and we want to tape this board down completely. Woo! Wants to fly off already. So I am going to tape from corner to corner all the way around and meet you right back. So I have turned my Cricut Easy Press onto 400 for 40 seconds. I have brought my pad over, my heat pad, and placed one piece of butcher paper here. So I have my heat pad and butcher paper, and then I have my metal and my ink, which, like I said, I taped down really well, and it goes upside down on here. And then we grab another piece of butcher paper for the top, and the Easy Press goes on. I'm going to line it up perfectly and go ahead and push the Cricut C. Alright, so I let it sit for about 5 minutes, and it's cool. It's not hot. It's hot in places. Oh my gosh. That is gorgeous. That alone is beautiful. I can't even. Let me get my machine going and get this lined out. So I showed you earlier today, I loaded it, and you can watch the video, but I showed you how to do the design, and you're going to place the board here on the 1 and the 1 per my design, and I recommend that. Watch that video and then you'll know how to place designs for yourself, even on an 8x8 aluminum square by Cricut. And then you do want to use some masking tape and tape this down, because you do not want this to slide once the engraving starts. So tape it down just on your edges. I don't run my designs edge to edge, so this will be just fine. And I am going to turn my machine on now and get ready to load this mat, and I'll show you about the engraving tip. And we don't want tape running over, so I'm going to pull this, or you fold it under, but you don't want it running over. Alright, I'll meet you back in a second. So I chose aluminum sheet in Design Space, and in my opinion, when you're engraving, you need just a little more weight on this end of your mat. So I just put a ruler in here. It raises it just a hair, but it does seem to make things a little nicer. So I'm going to load my mat as normal here. I'm a little nervous about that edge, and I don't want to be, so I'm going to grab one more piece of masking tape. You definitely don't want things to catch or jiggle around at all. This time I'll roll that under. And now we're ready to load, and we will start engraving. All right, so we need to grab our engraving tip. They are versatile from the Maker, Cricut Maker Original to the Cricut Maker 3, so this is 41. And it's really easy. You just put it in and close the doors. There's nothing to it. And then we push play. It will take a little bit to think about the design, and then it will go ahead and start engraving. Engraving on the Cricut Maker does take quite a little bit. All right, so it is just finishing up here. I am really excited to see this. It is just looking so cool. So remember, you can catch my design, how I designed this and how I line it up and how I set things up in Cricut Design Space for beautiful engravings. And I'll link the video above on how we do the design. And I'm super excited. We're coming to the tail end of this project, and it is going to be so pretty. Oh my goodness, I can't wait. Let's finish this up.